Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Danny James and today we're going to be learning 3 designs for common businesses, something with aesthetic vibe and style to it. The first one is for spa and massage stroke barbershop style, and this we're going to use the word like cut it and actually cut it into 2 pieces, and this is the alternative example for it. And the second example is a cosmetic and makeup beauty vibe, such as this one. It can be used on lipsticks, other items, you can name them all. And the third example we're going to look at is something like a fashion store, a clothing and fashion brand. And here's the first example and here's the second example for it. So quickly we're going to do everything on Photoshop. Open Photoshop and go to a new file, a new document actually. You can use whatever measurements you prefer. I like pixels and I like to use something very uniform, like 1000 by 1000, 900 by 900, or even 950, anything. I'll go with the one that I like, 900 by 900. And you want the background to be something that you can start working with as you head up, and hit on create. So the first example we're doing is for a barbershop, so we're going to quickly type using a text tool, type cut it. Use your selection tool to be on this layer, and then you can go to the properties. You can choose the font that you like. I like Montserrat extra bold. Make it color black. Yep. And then using Ctrl T to free transform the layer, you can make it as big as you like, just like this. And now we're starting to edit this picture, this design I mean. So we are going to start slowly, first by duplicating this layer, and then you want to make it look like a shadow or it has something behind it. So you are going to duplicate, and after you duplicated, you want to use the arrow keys to affect the alignment and or the position for this text tool. So I'm going to press the left arrow key twice, and the bottom arrow key once. I'm going to duplicate the same layer, left twice, arrow key once, duplicate left twice, arrow key once, duplicate using Ctrl J, left twice, arrow key once, again Ctrl J, I've duplicated left twice, arrow key once. Okay, now you're going to take the first layer, press shift and go to the second last layer. You need to leave this one out and press and go to layer and merge layers. Okay, what you want to do to this layer is to reduce the opacity on it, just like that. So you see when it's 100 and then when it's at 64% how it looks. Okay, I love it like that. So the second thing we're going to do, we're going to cut the letters into 2. So you want to group these layers, hold shift and select both of them, and then press Ctrl G to group them. I can name this layer main text. Second thing you're going to do, we want to duplicate this layer and hide the first layer. So once you've hidden the first layer and we're in the second layer, we want to use a selection tool such as the polygon lasso tool, and then make sure that the layer on top is hidden, and do like this. Just click somewhere like here and go at an angle such as like this, go somewhere, and then connect them back. Okay, using a selection tool, go to layer. Okay, so go to layer and then go to layer mask and reveal selection. What this tells Photoshop is that everything that we have masked or put within those matching ants, we want to see everything, and then we don't want to see anything else. This is why we hid the other layer. So while on this layer, we're going to first we need to enable it, and then hold Control and then click inside the mask. Okay, go to the layer on top, the layer panel, layer mask, and hide selection. So if we hide the layer beneath, you can see what Photoshop automatically does is that it shows everything that is not within the same selection or the mask. So quickly, we want now to see our effect come to place. When I'm on this layer, I'm going to use the arrow keys to just displace everything. That's it. It's very simple, we've done it already. Now the last step is that we want to add something to accentuate the feeling for a barbershop or anything. So you're going to add an another text which will be on another layer, and type something like spa and massage. Just like that, we have the design ready. We can change the color for the background down below. You can use the paint bucket tool. This is the first method, and then you can go to the colors and take what you want, and then just like that it does it. You can use the swatches too, like here, and then come back here. Okay, we already love this one. Alternatively, you can do like this. Okay, again, if you want to see more variation in the background color, you can make sure you're on the background layer, add an adjustment layer, and then you want to use hue and saturation. Just like this, you can see things changing. I already love this one. Actually, I'm going to export it right now. And now we're going to head over to the second example, whereby we are trying to recreate a makeup line or something like a lipstick along those lines. So we're going to create a new document once again. Now that you've done it, you want to sort of separate the words and make them look like they have a glitchy effect. Let's once again use the polygon lasso tool to do everything. So, and whenever we're using the polygon lasso tool, you want to have this duplicated layer, and then you can close it. Using the polygon lasso tool, you can just do something like this. Okay, go across, go up, cut through these S and T, or S only, then come and connect everything. Once again, you go to layer, and then a layer mask and reveal selection. We see everything that's within this layer, and we don't get to see anything else. Hide this layer. Okay, not hide, and hide this layer. While holding Control, click on the mask, go to the layer on top, go to layer, and then go to the layer mask and hide selection. So if we hide what's beneath, we can see what Photoshop has done. Now you want to split these words, make it look good. So let's press Ctrl T to move things just to the left or to the right. But it seems like that if we go to the left, it looks somehow rusty, and then you can even go down just a tiny bit. You need to refer to the previous example that you did. I'll take it somewhere to the left, just like that. Okay, I'll double click on the hand tool so that it can fit perfectly here. Okay, let's put everything in a group, Ctrl G, and call it main text. Okay, now that you've done this, you want to use the brush tools to affect whatever you are doing on the same words. Okay, now that you've done this, what you want to do, you will want to do the brush effect on some words. Now that I'm highlighted in the main text group, I want to add a mask, just like this, and then I'll use a brush tool, press B, go to your brushes, and with Photoshop, the default Photoshop that you have has a set of brushes: general brushes, dry media brushes, special effects brushes. Okay, we're going to use the special effects brushes, and right now I'm going to start with the Kylie spatter brushes, and then we can reduce the size. I'm holding Alt while using my right click to reduce the size. Just like this, I can do. Make sure you have, if it's on a white panel, we want to have black. I'm pressing X to toggle between black and white. So just like this, you can see what you've done, or what you can do. Let's reduce the size of it. Okay, that's that. We can change the type of brush now. We can go to the next one, such as Kylie's screen tones, and now let's paint over the first letter, S and T, and also you can go to the last letter, L. You can now start changing your backgrounds. Love this one already. Perfect. The last example we're going to do is something that shows a fashion or clothing theme. So we're going to open a new file, a new Photoshop file or a new Photoshop document. Having done that, we have many things that you can do with the same thing. Now let's start modifying, but we're just going to use simple tricks on this one. So we can make a few words or some letters white, or we can have some contrast, I mean. So I'm going to add a new layer, and then let's paint it. What color do you like? I'm going to paint it color white. Okay. Having done that, you want to right click on this layer and then create a clipping mask such that it's beneath this one. And then you want again to add a negative mask. I'll hold Alt, I'll click on this mask, and then you can use the brush tool. Press B to get your brush tool, and then you want to use the normal brushes once again, the general brushes. Let's use the hard round brush. So you see the surface you are painting on is black, so if you want to see what's beneath, we need to use a color white. So we can switch between the two default foreground and background colors using X to switch. Now that I have this one, I can go on this one. Okay, it's very easy. If I want to erase something that I've done here, I press X so that I can have the black color as the foreground color, and then I can just delete it. But once again, let's use the white one and let's paint on halfway on V. So if you want to have a straight line, just click somewhere, hold Shift, go to the other side, and just like that we have a straight line. Alternatively, we can go across, something like the tip for this end, hold Shift to go to the other side, just like that we have it. The extra tip I'm going to do on this design is that I'm going to any backgrounds that I have downloaded, any backdrops I mean, and you can do literally anything you want to do. So for now, let me drag this design. It looks like a zebra. You put it on top, press OK, right click, and then create a clipping mask on it. And then you want to make it a negative mask so that you can add whatever you want. So what I did, I pressed Alt on Windows, and then I clicked there. So using a brush tool, once again, if I use the white foreground color, it means that I'll paint the data here into this place. So let's go through the tips for E. See how it looks? Can change the brush size, go again to the V, can do whatever we want. That's it. And then you need to accentuate and make it look like a fashion or a clothes place. Let's add the words such as style. Just like that, and you have it, guys. That looks very professional. And once again, as I said, you can change the colors for the background as you head on. So I'm going to add an adjustment layer for the hue and saturation. Now let's see what happens. As you change the hue, you can see whatever everything is changing. I'm already in love with this one. Let's see it. So that looks okay. So that's it, guys. That's the 3 examples that we are doing today. I hope you've learned a thing or two from all of these. Thank you, and let me see you in the next video.